Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is episode number 761 of the show. It is 10:15 p.m., August 2nd, 2023. I just got done watching a little bit of AEW Dynamite 200. This will be 200th episode. So this is a very special episode of the show. It is going to be the AEW Dynamite 200 Event Center. What happened on AEW Dynamite 200, the 200th episode of the show. Let's get right into it, shall we? And we're going to do that. As you know, guys, I'll be working on some thumbnails for the second season, like I said before. And I'll be working on it. Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara teamed up against Chris Jericho and Konosuke Takeshita, who was accompanied to the ring by Mr. Don Callis. And it was a matter of one-upsmanship, but there's a conflict between Jericho and the two members of the Jericho Appreciation Society across the ring from him. And then when Daniel Garcia, I believe, had Jericho in the Dragon Tamer, Don Callis hit Garcia with a baseball bat during the match, and Jericho's like, what the heck is going on? Jericho saw Don Callis do it and had no choice but to pin him. And I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3. And so that's the end of that matchup. Tony Khan was paying tribute to everyone involved in the AEW over the years via video montage, and included Cody Rhodes in that montage as well. And then Renee Paquette was interviewing Chris Jericho until Matt Menard interrupted that interview, saying, "Hey, Jericho Appreciation Society mandatory meeting, you're going to attend." And Jericho was like kind of looking at. Looks like Matt Menard was not very happy with what he saw out there. Maybe the Jericho Appreciation Society needs to confront Jericho and all this. Boy, Don Callis knows how to drive a wedge between the members of the Jericho Appreciation Society. I'm telling you something right now. This may end up coming back to haunt Jericho, aligning himself with Don Callis. We'll see for sure. So, anyways, and Tony Schiavone decided to oversee the face-to-face of Jack Perry and Jerry Lynn. Jack Perry came out and then snatches the microphone away from Tony Schiavone, calls out Jerry Lynn. So Jerry Lynn comes out and he's like, "Jungle, are you really going to do this?" Still calls him Jungle, well, Jungle Boy. And then Jerry Lynn's like, "No, I can't compete anymore. You know, with everything going on with me, but I call an old friend that can." And enter WWE Hall of Famer, say it with me now, Rob Van Dam. And Rob Van Dam says, "Hey," it's like, "Hey, man." And he dressed, Jungle Boy Jack Perry. So you know what? He's backed out of it, right? Or so I thought. And then as RVD was talking to Jerry Lynn, Jungle Boy tried attacking Jack Perry, not Jungle Boy. Jack Perry tried to attack Rob Van Dam with a steel chair. Rob Van Dam went to go for the Van Terminator, or the Van Daminator, did not work. Jack Perry escaped. So Tony Storm and Hikaru Shida were promoting last minute promos on their match tonight, which is the main event, and that's really super cool. And a triple threat anything goes matchup: Trent Beretta, Penta El Zero Miedo, and Jon Moxley. And this was a heck of a fight. This was a heck of a brawl. Thumbtacks were involved and all that, but in a shocking move, Trent Beretta picked up the victory over the other two. And then Blackpool Combat Club in BCC fashion starts attacking Trent Beretta. Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy gets involved. And then Chuck Taylor grabs the microphone and says, you know what, I'm sick of this. How about the six of us go at it? Trios matchup at AEW Rampage. Interesting. Interestingly enough, we'll find out for sure what the heck is going on there. And Renee Paquette interviewed RVD, and RVD issued a challenge to Jungle Boy Jack Perry for the FTW title. So see, and a little bit more on that situation. MJF addresses the Tampa crowd. You know, I'm starting to respect MJF a little bit more for kind of opening up a little bit. And, you know, rejection sensitivity disorder, that's a huge deal. But ADD, he says he's diagnosed with that. And it got to the point where he really opened up himself. He says, in order for him to protect himself or try to defend himself or not to be scared, he has to act like a jerk. That's what he admits. And then Adam Cole, comes out. He asks Adam Cole to come out. And Adam Cole, he says, dude, I love you. I respect you, man. I'm really proud of you for doing that. But he says, that's not why I called you out here. And I made a promise I'd give you a title match, but he says, well, you're not worthy. But, you're not worthy of the match. And then Adam Cole's like, what? He goes, well, it needs a kind of matchup. You deserve a bigger match. So he's offered a contract for the title at All In Wembley Stadium. Adam Cole has signed it, and it's official. The AEW World title will be on the line at All In Wembley Stadium. It's MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, defending the title against Adam Cole. And Roderick Strong was watching this in the back, and he pitched a fit. He was angry. He started tossing things around, and the poor guy needs to calm down. He's got a neck brace on. Even the Kingdom's kind of consoling him a little bit. Roddy Strong, you gotta chill out, bro. You gotta chill out, man. Oh boy. So there's that. So the trios matchup, the Elite, that will be Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks taking on the Planet Jarrett team, or as I like to call them, Team Slapnuts, and that would be Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh. So Sanjay Dutt and Karen Jarrett were getting involved in the matchup, and then Brandon Cutler decided, well, let's spray Karen Jarrett with the cool spray, and then to make matters worse, the Hardys came out. And Hangman Adam Page came out. They all got involved. And thanks to all the parties involved, the Elite ended up winning the matchup. And then they addressed the Tampa crowd, saying they signed an extension with AEW. The Elite did. And then he said, we'll be here for a while. So, thank you, good night, I bid you adieu. Thank you, good night, bang. That's Kenny Omega's thing. What can I say? I think I screwed that whole up. But then the Mogul Embassy addresses Darby Allin, and AR Fox said, why didn't you call me when you signed with AEW? This must be going personal. They said, we're going to roll you a little bit of footage. So AR Fox and Swerve Strickland visited the Buddy Wayne Academy, which was trained in a garage. And they go, when they attacked, so AR Fox threw the skateboard at one of the trainees, and then both of them attacked Nick Wayne to the point where he was busted open. He's trying to reach for the phone, and then they end up calling Darby Allin. Swerve Strickland and AR Fox has made this thing personal now, and I'll tell you what, the Mogul Embassy is getting more dangerous at the moment. As you know, FTR this coming Saturday will defend the tag team titles against the team of Big Bill and Brian Cage of the Mogul Embassy. And then you got the TBS title on the line, Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Martinez. That is going to be a fight. The Real World's title will be on the line. CM Punk's defense against Ricky Starks at Collision. And the special guest referee, Ricky the Dragon Stevo, another WWE Hall of Famer. And So that's what happens. The Ring of Honor Tag Team titles were on the line. Aussie Open, that will be Dunkzilla, Mark Davis, and Kyle Fletcher against the team of El Hijo del Vikingo, the AAA Megas champion, and one of the newest luchadors for AEW, Commander Alex Abrahantes. Now, this matchup could have gone either way, but in the end, Aussie Open ended up retaining the titles. Now, the main event, the AEW Women's World Title on the line. Two of my favorite ladies going at it from AEW. We're talking about Toni Storm and Hikaru Shida. Now, the last time Hikaru Shida won the title, it was during the pandemic. No crowd whatsoever. So that match was happening back and forth. Ruby Soho and Saraya try to get involved. Saraya tried to steal the kendo stick and throws it at Toni Storm. And despite that, they got the referee distracted. Toni Storm hit her with a spray. Thought it was hit her with Storm Zero, but then I thought, Toni Storm's going to retain. Hikaru Shida kicks out. I'm like, oh boy. And then Hikaru Shida got to the point where she finally, she did everything she can, and then all of a sudden she ended up rolling up Toni Storm. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your new AEW Women's World Champion for a second time, Hikaru Shida. She did it. Hikaru Shida did it, and by God, she did it, and this time in front of the crowd. It seems like Tony Khan wants to owe Shida, and guess what? Now she won the title in front of a crowd. All right, Hikaru Shida. Toni Storm, you've been an awesome champion. You're still one of my favorite girls, but let me tell you, Hikaru Shida does deserve this moment. I'm sure you'll get your rematch for sure. Or are they playing something bigger for Hikaru Shida? Also, this leads next week. It is official. The FTW title and an FTW rules match is on the line as Jack Perry defends against Rob Van Dam. All right? So, that is all the time we have on the show. Tomorrow's a big day. I got my Press Your Luck game, and I'll be playing that. Not only that, hopefully before that, we got the Dugout Crew podcast. And hours before we do our 199th episode of Rant and Rave, Jordy Scow, his father, the Doc himself, Greg Little, Brandon Martin and I will be interviewing our mystery guest, whom you will see on the 200th episode. You'll see that in video on the 200th episode. It's going to be really, really cool. Super cool. And it's going to be super awesome. So, yep, and a big weekend. I might be going to the Portuguese feast because it looks like the rain will hold off during that weekend. Looks like the rain will end in the morning of Saturday morning, which is fine. So, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that weekend. So expect a lot more roadside shenanigans of 1999 at that point. So that's all the time we have on the show. Episode 761 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977 is complete. Check out this episode after I upload it. Until the next episode comes rolling around, and I'll be pressing my luck tomorrow. Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.